Welcome to the Global North. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for more updates and thrilling short scenes. In 2019, the US government placed Huawei on its entity list, citing national security concerns. Overnight, Huawei was cut off from American technology, especially Google mobile services. For millions, this meant new Huawei phones lost Google Maps, YouTube, Gmail, and the Play Store, core apps that defined the smartphone experience. The move sent shockwaves through the global tech supply chain, threatening decades of collaboration. Huawei, once the world's second-largest smartphone maker, suddenly faced an existential threat. Retailers scrambled to offload stock and customers worried about support and updates. Competitors circled, eager to claim market share. The US had drawn a digital iron curtain, aiming to split the tech world in two. For Huawei, the future was uncertain. The question wasn't if the company would fall, but how fast. The world watched as a tech giant teetered on the edge. The loss of Google was more than a logistical nightmare. It was a blow to Huawei's global ambitions. The company's fate now hung in the balance. After the sanctions, experts everywhere predicted Huawei's swift collapse. Without Google's ecosystem and advanced US chips, survival seemed impossible. Huawei's global market share plummeted, shipments dwindled, and its ranking fell out of the top 5. The company became a cautionary tale, a giant brought low by geopolitics. Employees faced uncertainty, and leadership was forced to consider a total reinvention. The world expected failure. The prophecy of doom was nearly universal. But inside Huawei, the crisis sparked something else, a determination to fight back. The company's challenge was clear: reinvent or disappear. The market had rendered its verdict, but Huawei wasn't ready to accept defeat. The climb back looked impossible, but the story was far from over. The world watched, expecting a slow fade into irrelevance. Instead, Huawei began to plot its comeback. Facing disaster, Huawei chose reinvention over retreat. The answer: Harmony OS, a homegrown operating system, thrust into the spotlight as a replacement for Android. Critics doubted it could succeed. Building an OS is hard, building an ecosystem is harder. But Huawei poured billions into development, rallying Chinese tech giants to support the platform. The breakthrough came with Harmony OS Next, a version fully independent from Android. By early 2025, Harmony OS powered nearly 1 billion devices. Huawei had created a third global OS, standing alongside Android and iOS. What began as a desperate move became a symbol of resilience. The company turned crisis into opportunity, forging a new path. The phoenix had risen from the ashes. While software was rebuilt, Huawei's hardware division faced its own battle. Cut off from US chips, Huawei launched a massive effort to replace over 13,000 American-sourced components. The Mate 60 smartphone, launched in 2023, shocked the world with its advanced China-made processor, something US controls aim to prevent. This breakthrough proved Huawei could innovate under pressure. The company rebuilt its supply chain, fueling China's tech industry and reducing reliance on US technology. From 5G base stations to laptops, Huawei purged American tech from its products. The sanctions meant to cripple Huawei instead sparked a wave of domestic innovation. Huawei turned adversity into a shield, emerging stronger and more independent. The world took notice. Self-sufficiency was now a reality. Huawei's efforts paid off with a stunning commercial comeback. In 2024, revenue surged 22%, reaching $118 billion, nearly a record. Smartphone sales soared, especially in China, where Huawei reclaimed the Chapter 2 spot, surpassing Apple. Patriotism and innovation fueled demand for new devices. Internationally, retailers found ways to pre-install Google apps, making Huawei phones attractive again. At Mobile World Congress 2025, Huawei returned to the global stage, showcasing its full product lineup. Its share of the 5G equipment market even grew, defying US pressure. The narrative of Huawei's demise was rewritten. The company emerged more resilient, diversified, and self-reliant than ever. Its comeback became a case study in overcoming adversity. Huawei's resurgence reshaped the global tech industry. US sanctions meant to isolate Huawei backfired, hurting American firms like Intel and Qualcomm, who lost billions in sales. The policy accelerated China's tech independence, fueling a new generation of domestic competitors. Harmony OS, now on nearly 1 billion devices, challenged the dominance of Android and Windows. developers flock to the new ecosystem, weakening the old network effects. The world now faces a split tech landscape, with separate standards and supply chains. The attempt to hobble Huawei instead fractured the global market. American tech giants lost ground, and the rules of competition changed. The lessened technological sanctions can have unintended, far-reaching consequences. Huawei's survival forced the world to rethink the power and limits of tech policy. Huawei's story now extends far beyond smartphones. The company is powering the next generation of smart cars, providing AI-driven systems for over 500,000 vehicles. By partnering with automakers, Huawei embeds its tech into the heart of the automotive revolution. Its in-house AI chips and cloud services now rival global leaders, especially in China and emerging markets. Diversification has made Huawei more resilient than ever. The real lesson: pressure and adversity can spark innovation and independence. Huawei's journey proves that technological sovereignty is possible, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The global tech race has a new, unexpected leader,